Thank you.
Okay, Brian said we're all good. Welcome to the Western Wayne School District Board meeting, November 4th, 2020. Reminder that this meeting is being recorded. Any public comment can be sent to an email address that's listed on the screen now, publiccomment@westernwayne.org. The agenda will be on the screen as soon as we get started. Mrs. Fiorella?
Rose, I lost you there for a minute. Can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you.
Okay. I'd like to call this November meeting to order. If we could just have a prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Heavenly Father, as we enter this month of Thanksgiving, I just pray that our hearts will be truly grateful for all the many blessings that you have given our school, our community, and our homes. And we ask this in your holy name. Amen. If we could rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
liberty and justice for all.
with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Rose, if we could please have a roll call.
Mrs. Fiorella?
Here.
Mr. Hoke?
Here.
Mr. Gogolski?
Here.
Mrs. DeCiato?
Here.
Mr. Enslin?
Here.
Mr. Gershi?
Here.
Mr. Gambita is excused. Mr. Auckland?
Here.
Mr. Wood?
Here.
Attorney Muir?
Here.
Dr. Barrett?
Here.
Dr. La Rosa? Here. And Ms. Emmett is here. Mrs. Fiorella, you have 8 board members present.
Thank you, Rose. At this time, could I please have a motion for number 5, please?
I move that we approve the minutes of the board work session held on September 30th, 2020, and the regular board meeting held on October 7th, 2020.
I'll second that.
Okay, forgive me if I don't get the correct voice to the person. So I believe that motion was made by Mr. Gershi and then seconded by Mr. Hoke. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. And any abstaining? That motion does pass. Could I have a motion for number 6, the treasurer's report, please?
I move to accept the treasurer's reports from the general, food service, and student activity accounts.
I'll second that motion.
Great. That motion was made by Mr. Gogolski and then seconded by Mr. Wood. Are there any questions or comments on that? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? That motion does pass. Could I please have a motion for number 7, the approval of bills?
I move for the approval of bills from the general, food service, and construction accounts.
I'll second that.
Thank you. That motion was made by Mr. Gogolski and then seconded by Mr. Wood. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say no. And any abstaining? That motion does pass. The accounting of taxes, any questions? And then we have student recognition. Mr. Gregorski?
Yes, Mrs. Fiorella, thank you very much. And let me just say, I'm very pleased that we're able to provide senior recognition. We have several seniors with outstanding accomplishments, two of which we're going to recognize tonight. The first of which is our 2020 senior class president. Her name is Madison McGlone. Madison is the daughter of David and Roxanne McGlone of Lake Ariel.
Hi, I'm Madison McGlone and I'm a senior at Western Wayne High School. I'd like to thank the Board of Education for letting me speak here tonight. Throughout my high school career, I've taken a variety of accelerated classes, such as biology, Algebra 1, Honors American Culture, American Literature, AP United States History, Geometry, Spanish 2, Visual Communications, Honors Multicultural Literature, AP World History, Anatomy, Algebra 2, Honors Chemistry, Video Production, AP Government and Politics, Honors British Literature, Entrepreneurship, Business and Personal Law, and Psychology. I have also volunteered in my community throughout my high school career. I have worked for community service hours for Julia Arbato's Extended Care Center, building flower pots for the residents. I built a campsite for Boy Scout troops for Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Program. I have helped organize and carry out a track and field meet for elementary students, and I have distributed food at St. Francis of Assisi's Kitchen. I will forever be grateful for the accomplishments and success that Western Wayne has given me. I am honored to accomplish placing first and second place at FBLA Regionals, fifth place at FBLA States. I've also been awarded with the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Award. I've made it to Honor Roll. I've been awarded Semi-Formal Princess, Senior Class President, and started my own environmental club through the help of Western Wayne. And I have been elected onto the homecoming court for this year. Because of Western Wayne, I have great humility and at the same time deep confidence in myself. I know with certainty that I will succeed in my goal to serve others and strive for the best. I have become a solid, mature student who will have great examples to others. I would like to thank the Board of Education again for letting me speak here tonight. Bye.
One more time, I'd like to congratulate Madison. She's an outstanding student. The senior class should be proud to have her as their representative. And I'd also like to congratulate and thank again her parents, David and Roxanne, on a fantastic job with Madison. Up next for senior recognition, we have our student body president. His name is Lenny Mayoko. And Lenny is the son of Krista and Len Mayoko of Lake Ariel.
Hello, my name is Lenny Mayoko, and I'm a senior at Western Wayne High School. I would like to thank the Board of Education for allowing me to speak tonight, and to my parents, Krista and Len Mayoko, for supporting me throughout my high school career. While I have been in high school, I have challenged myself by taking a variety of AP and honors courses. I have taken AP United States History, AP Biology, AP World History, AP Government and Politics, AP Spanish, AP Physics, AP Calculus, AP Language and Composition, AP Literature and Composition, Honors Chemistry, Honors Algebra 2, and Honors Pre-Calculus. I am very grateful that Western Wayne has so many opportunities to take these challenging courses. It shows that Western Wayne has one of the best educational systems in the area that care about how their students learn. The teachers at Western Wayne are also amazing because they do whatever they can to help students who need it, even if that means taking time out of their lunch to give extra help. These courses have challenged me to think differently and to approach answers and solutions in a variety of ways. I will be able to take this thinking into my professional career and use it to become successful. I will forever be grateful to Western Wayne for laying down this important foundation that I will use for the rest of my life. Throughout high school, I have made it a priority to participate in as many extracurricular activities as I can. I have been a part of FBLA, varsity tennis, and the Youth Advisory Committee for 4 years, National Honor Society, Student Council, and the Spanish Club for 3 years. Participating in these clubs, I have also held multiple leadership positions. In FBLA, I have been the class vice president for 3 years, and I have won 5th place at states as a freshman and sophomore for performance events, and my parliamentary team and I took 1st place at states last year and 3rd at nationals. I have also been class officer for Student Council for 2 years. Currently, I am the student body president, National Honor Society president, FBLA president, and the Pennsylvania FBLA state parliamentarian. As many of you know, I have also participated in tennis. I am the team captain, and I have won districts freshman and sophomore year and placed 3rd at the PIAA state tournament sophomore year. I have also been awarded Athlete of the Week twice and All-Region Tennis Player of the Year by the Scranton Times. Being a student athlete is very challenging, but I'm very grateful that Western Wayne has all of these programs so students can excel and show their talent. My future plans include attending college for a major in business and a minor in Spanish, with the intention of going to law school to become a corporate lawyer. I would like to thank the Board of Education again for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight, and for all the work they do to make Western Wayne the best school in the area. Thank you.
And one more time, I'd like to congratulate Lenny. I'd like to congratulate his parents, Krista and Len Mayoko, on a fantastic job. Lenny finished the last school year as the #1 student in the class. He's also an outstanding tennis player, and unfortunately was basically robbed of what was expected to be a deep run in the state playoffs in tennis. So hopefully we'll get him back going this year, and he'll be able to do one of the things he loves and does best. And again, I want to congratulate both of our students and our seniors on their outstanding accomplishments, and thank the board again for the opportunity to allow us to present these students.
Thank you, Mr. Grigorski. And would you please pass along to those, Madison and to Lenny, that I think I can speak for everyone, that honoring these kids is one of the best parts of the board meeting every month, and we really miss it. And tell them that at least tell them that I gave them a hand of applause, and I'm sure all the rest of the board did as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Rick. I also just wanted to say, you couldn't have picked 2 better seniors to start us off with our virtual student recognition. I am just so sorry to these kids and their family that we just couldn't do it in person. But we couldn't be more proud of their accomplishments, and best of luck to Madison in homecoming. So thank you, Paul, for bringing that this month. At this time, Rose, do we have any recognition from the public?
I'm just checking one more time.
Okay.
No, at this point, there are no questions that came through on the email account.
Okay, great, Rose. Thank you so much for checking that. At this time, we do have the enrollment up for anyone that would like to look at that. Also, for the agenda, we are going to do a block agenda this evening. So we will be doing a block agenda from 12 to 18B with the exclusion of A, C, and D at this time. So could
Madam President, and also I, which is the addendum. Oh, did you mention the addendum?
Yeah, I was just going to, but thank you, Bill, for that reminder. So yes, we will also have that as
So in
well.
other words, you're making that motion, correct?
No, I was just letting the public know
Oh.
that that is what we were
Oh.
planning to do. And I was just going to say,
Oh,
if
okay.
we could please have a motion
Okay.
for that, that would be great. So if you're volunteering, Bill, that's wonderful.
Okay, I move that we approve a consent block motion for items 12 through 18, withholding numbers 18A, C, D, and I appearing on an addendum.
Mr. Hoag, I'll second the
Great,
motion.
thank you, Bill. Great, thank you. That motion, block motion has been made by Mr. Gershi and then seconded by Mr. Hoak. Is there any questions or comments concerning that? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say no. And any abstaining? Okay, great. That motions do pass. At this time, we will take 18A, the district substitute list. If I could have a motion for that, please.
I recommend the Board of Education approve the following personnel to be added to the district substitute list for the 2020-2021 school year per certification, Act 24, 34, 151, 114, 153, 168 guidelines, employment eligibility verification, U.S. Department of Justice, and contingent upon receipt of employment paperwork. Number 1, Katie Kingston, area of certification, elementary K to 6, ECN 3, special ed N to 12. Number 2, Amanda Martin, area guest teacher. Number 3, Brittany Pudnight, area guest teacher. Number 4, Robert Ucia, area guest teacher.
I'll second it. Mr.
Thank you, gentlemen. That motion was made by Mr. Hoak and then seconded by Mr. Gershi. Are there any questions or comments at this time? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Any abstaining? That motion does pass. Could I please have a motion for 18C?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the recommendation of the superintendent and the district administrators in the following appointments. Elizabeth Takis, long-term substitute English, step 1B, $53,123, prorated with applicable fringe benefits effective for the second and third marking periods of the 2020-2021 school year.
And I'll second that.
Okay, that motion was made by Mr. Gershi and then seconded by Mr. Wood. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. And any abstaining? Great, that motion does pass. Could I have a motion for 18D, please?
I move that the Board of Education approve the following recommendations of the superintendent and district administrators in the following appointments. Number 1, Suzanne Sloan, custodian, full-time, $11 per hour with applicable fringe benefits effective upon release of current employment. Number 2, Jeremy Versace, custodian, full-time, $11 per hour with applicable fringe benefits effective upon release of current employment.
Second.
I'll second that. The motion was made. Okay, thanks, Bill.
Whatever.
That motion was made by Mr. Hoak and then seconded by myself. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. Any abstaining? That motion does pass. Could I have a motion for the addendum, which we are calling, I believe it's 18I. And I will go ahead and read that. I recommend that the Board of Education accept the retirement of Karen Fisher, food service employee, effective November 13th, 2020. Can I have a second on that, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Hoke. Again, that motion was made by myself, Ms. Fiorella, and then seconded by Mr. Hoke. Are there any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any, thank you, sorry. Any opposed, say no. And any abstaining? Okay, that motion does pass. So if we go back to the agenda, we have some informational items. 19, we have American Education Week, which is November 16th through the 20th. We also have a parent-teacher virtual conferences. They are scheduled for Tuesday, November 24th in all the district buildings. Conferences are scheduled for the afternoon of the 24th, beginning at 1 p.m. and ending at 8 p.m. District administrators and teachers do strongly urge all of our parents to participate in these conferences. This will be a noon early dismissal day for students for their Thanksgiving holiday. Also, we do have dates to remember. November 6th is the ASVAB testing. November 11th, which is a Wednesday, we have a noon dismissal for Teacher Act 80 Day. November 19th, Robert D. Wilson is a virtual PTA meeting at 6:30. November 20th, we have High School Picture Retake Day. The 24th is early dismissal, which will be virtual parent-teacher conferences with a 12 o'clock dismissal, and the parent-teacher conferences going from 1 to 8 p.m. Let me see. November 25th through the 30th is our school Thanksgiving break. At this time, are there any questions concerning any of the reports, the superintendent, the assistant principal? Any questions? Okay. At this time, is there any other business?
Bernice, yeah, I do want to discuss with the board the next month's board meeting and work session. Currently,
Yes, thank you, Matt.
the work session is scheduled for Monday, November 23rd, with the voting meeting on December 2nd. In discussion with Bernice and considering the holidays, does the board want to consider having those meetings on the same night? We could do a 6 o'clock work session on December 2nd with the voting meeting to follow, being that the agenda currently is rather light, and in just respect for everybody's time, it's up to the board, but I just want to throw it out for consideration.
Yeah, and thank you, Matt, for reminding me about that. I think it's something that we could consider since we've been doing the block agenda. I think it's a good idea. I just asked that if we could get the agenda as early as possible, that would be great. And then any add-ons, no, that would be fine. So if anyone has any concerns, please let me know.
Yeah, Bernice, the only thing, this is Jeff, isn't that the reorganization meeting?
We do have that as well, correct?
Okay.
I'm in favor.
You are correct.
That usually only takes 5 minutes, so
If that, you're right.
that's great. So it would
And
be
like I said,
Tuesday.
any concerns, please feel free.
I'm in favor of doing all three that evening. The second.
Of course you are.
What do you
Of course
mean,
you are.
It makes sense. No,
I agree. In this present climate, I would agree with you.
okay.
If anything good came out of this COVID bill is that. Okay, if anybody else has any concerns, please feel free to reach out. As of now, we will move forward with that. And then just please let me know. Is there any other business, Matt, that I may have forgotten?
No, I'll put out a posting to everyone and we'll put it in the newspaper. We'll get all that taken care of. The only other thing is, currently we're going to be putting out a notice to families just informing them of the potential at some point to move to either a hybrid or virtual setting. We do not plan on it at this point. We are still in good shape in terms of county numbers and the percentage of transmissions throughout the county. So we're still in the low category. And we are going to continue on as is until further notice, until we're told or recommended that we can't. So again, I don't want to raise any alarm, but we do want to inform families, keep them on notice, and provide them with the format that it would look like. So that'd be coming out in the next couple of days.
That's great. Thanks, Matt, because there was a lot of rumors and chatter that we are closing. So I appreciate that update. Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all I have for now.
Okay, great. Anyone else at this time? Any further business? Okay. Our meetings are up there on the board. We had November 23rd was a meeting. Tonight is our meeting. And then we also had our other meeting, October 28th at 6 p.m., the work session via Zoom. So at this time, could I please have a motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn, Madam President.
Thank you there, sir. I appreciate it. Everyone, any questions, please feel free to reach out at this time. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Meeting adjourned.